Okay, YouTubers, this is The Angry Prepper. Today's video is going to be more of a discussion on the lessons I learned in the wilderness. Now, I'm going over this subject, or discussing this subject rather, because there's a lot I learned recently, within the last couple of years. Actually, not even the last couple of years, since I started camping outdoors. Now, I started when I was 16 years old. I took a hiatus for a long time, and then I started up probably 5 years ago. So you do the math, I'm 41. So you do the math. But when I was 16, I learned so much back then. And then I applied a lot of that now, which still carried me through my adventures. But there was also a lot I didn't know, right? So with learning how to bushcraft and woodsman living, that added to my camping game like you wouldn't believe. Now, the things I've learned, even after learning these skills, I got kind of comfortable. I got arrogant even. So the one thing I learned is there's no arrogance out in the wilderness. Now, I did a video on that as well, so I'm not going to go through the entire discussion on being arrogant in the wilderness, other than you can't be arrogant in the wilderness because the wilderness can kill you, right? So you get arrogant with walking on the edge of a rock because you think you're a cool, daredevil. That can cost you your life. And we've seen that time and time again with people thinking, with people trying to get selfies and things like that. That's arrogance. That's trying to be cool, trying to be the wild card, or the animal, it gets you killed. There is no place for that in the wilderness. The other thing I learned, no matter what you're doing, whether you're filming a video, whether you're camping with your kids, enjoy the wilderness. Enjoy the quiet. Now, granted, when your kids go to sleep, or when your kids are awake, it's noisy, but you can still enjoy the wilderness. You could walk away from them. They say you're going to use the bathroom and enjoy the silence. You can wait till they go to sleep. You enjoy the silence. There's something about the silence of the woods versus the silence of the city, which, believe it or not, the city can get quiet sometimes, but it's the sound of the energy that's humming that's still disruptive. But when you're in the wilderness, there's none of that. It's peace and quiet. I learned to embrace that and enjoy that when I go out there. Another thing lessons I learned, cleaning the forest, cleaning the wilderness. Now every time I go out there, I have a trash bag in my hand and I'm cleaning X, Y, and Z. And if you heard me mention it before in my other videos, I'll continue to mention it till I stop filming. Clean the forest. Whenever you go out there, take a trash bag with you and just clean it. Yes, you could walk through the trails, shake your head and like, these people, and you could curse them out till you're blue in the face. The only thing that's going to make the difference is while you're hiking, you pick up the trash. Now, I don't suggest picking up the trash until you're headed back out to your car, because nobody wants to carry garbage on the way in. So on your way back out, pick up some pieces of trash if you like. Listen, I do it all the time, and I don't mind it only because it helps out the environment. Never use hardwood as your first lay of fire. I don't know how many times I've tried just because people said you couldn't, and I did it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't use hardwood unless you got that fire roaring and a hot bed of coals at the bottom. Then you could use it, and even then it has to be dry, right? So those are little lessons I learned with that. Don't think you know everything when you don't. That is the most important one in the things I've learned. I sat there and thought I knew everything. I thought I was like the outdoors guy. And then I took Canterbury's class and Shane Hobel's class. I didn't know anything, man. I was just a newborn in the game. So that probably goes along with arrogance, but you don't know how many people I've met who think they know or think they can do everything. And when you ask them, well, show me this, show me that, they can't. There's a poser in my group that I'm going to tear into when I see him again. And if he's watching this video, he knows exactly who he is. There's no place for that. I do not like phonies. Phonies are the worst. I knew my skills, and I knew what I knew, and I knew what I didn't know. But when you run into people who say they know everything, and they've been in that situation, and no matter what the situation is, they've been there. All right, they could have been at the crossing of Hudson River with George Washington. All of a sudden, they were there. Those kind of people irk the hell out of me. Other things I've learned: help other people when they're in need. Now, I've ran into that situation twice, and I've helped them, but you'd be surprised how other people want nothing to do with it. So what I've learned is that people are motherfuckers. They're either gonna help you or they're not. For the most part, those who frequent the wilderness, they help. But you do get the selfish people every now and again. So just be the good person, be the good guy, the good girl, and help out if someone's in need. Survival skills. Survival skills are another thing that helped me learn how to appreciate the forest. So in the lessons that I learned, survival skills has more meaning than just surviving. They have a meaning of thriving in the wilderness and a more appreciation for the wilderness, actually. And you look at the forest so much differently once you learn these survival skills. At least that was with me. I don't know about anybody else, but when I took Shane's course up in, the hell is it? By Beacon, up there, upstate New York, because of him, I look at the forest a lot differently now than I did ever in my life, right? So, survival skills. It was one of those things that I appreciate and still appreciate to this day when I learn new skills. Now, again, I'm doing this video only because it's something that I guess wanted to get off my chest. I guess it's a part of the YouTube community, the wilderness community, getting to know somebody like me. Because yes, I can be an asshole, but can't be an asshole all the time, I guess, right? So anyway, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. You can like and subscribe to this channel, The Angry Prepper Outdoors channel, and you can like and subscribe to The Angry Prepper Urban channel, and you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. All right, guys, thank you for watching.